Right, lads, we need to get started because I've been pushing this back and double checking the mic and all. Folks, welcome. Nathan, welcome. Bryan,
Hello.
welcome.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you
No.
very much. Thank you very much.
No problem, lads. So, well, let me formally introduce you because some of the guys may not have seen you. Some of the people here might have seen you when you reshare this to your story. So, Nathan, what's your name and what's your nickname?
My name is the Bulldog. That's originated over time. Other nicknames, Nini. Nathan Crawford is the actual name. Just still doing an apprenticeship at the moment. That's pretty much what I do day in, day out, whilst also getting Bulldog's landscaping care on the go.
Oh,
Sorry
yeah.
to do a shameless
No,
plug
of
there.
course.
Like, you know.
No. So the Bulldog recently started his business, landscaping care. So if you want your garden clean, this man's the man for it.
Exactly.
And why do you think we call you the Bulldog, or why did you actually initially get called the Bulldog? I'm just checking.
Got the nickname Bulldog from my mates in like my apprenticeship. Pretty much, I'm in the second year of a 3-year apprenticeship, and I basically from a place called the Bryan in East Belfast, and the Bryan Bulldog just goes so well because apparently I just have the appearance of a bulldog, like short and stocky, I guess.
Yeah. As you know, I give most clients a nickname. Well, all clients will eventually get a nickname, but some clients get it in a week. Some clients take 4 months to get it, and some clients take 6-7 months to get it. But like Hunter, you took about I think 8 or 9 months to actually
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
get your nickname. So, do you want to explain who you are and your nickname and why you've got the nickname you've got?
Well, my name is Bryan Wheeldon. I'm from East Belfast myself. I've been a part of Dialed In for just around a year now, and
Just over.
a year. I definitely couldn't look back. Like, I've had very memorable experiences, and
Woo!
yeah, it's been brilliant. I'm sitting here doing a podcast right now, something I thought I wouldn't do, but other than that, I'm a professional joiner. I've got my level 3 MVQ in it. It's a passion for me, and I'm looking to go further with it. But I'm just the guy that lives in the moment, and I like the graft.
I love it. And one thing I love about these podcasts, like the ones I actually do with clients, is that a lot of the time you'll watch podcasts and it's like, oh, this is a superstar athlete person who's done X, Y, Z. This is the flipping CEO of fucking grass. Whereas I think sometimes it's a lot better to listen to a podcast of someone who's done something that you want, but it's more relatable because obviously you're a joiner, you're an engineer, like an office job, so we've got trade in an office job.
Corporate world.
Yeah, so like I think it's so. I'm same with like the Bull. He's trade. I used to be in the corporate world, so I think it's a lot more relatable to the people watching to actually hear how you've got results, how you've changed your mindset, how you've changed your body, and how you've have slowly changed your life and how you're actually changing your life. So just before we move on, Hunter, how did you get your nickname?
I don't know, just the way I look at people, apparently. I was just giving one the eyes one day, and he just turned around and called me the Hunter. I was like, I'll take that.
Oh yeah, we were all drinking at the boneyard, and a good few people already had nicknames, and I just remember Bryan. It's the eyes. You got the
Sipping on the Corona, giving you the glance.
You were giving me the glance, like, but it's just the eyes. You got those Hunter eyes. So I was just like fucking the Hunter eyes. So I just had to go for it. But yeah, lads, really appreciate you being on the podcast. Let's get straight into the values. So what are we doing right now? We're in what do you call it?
We are up the north coast, northeast Antrim coast, where we have been staying at Dunseverick Harbour, and we've sort of just been enjoying the coast pretty much. We came last night.
Yeah, and you were enjoying a few moves last night. If you want to fill them in on that.
Exactly. Well, there is the Instagram story. If you are following the Instagram story, you'll definitely see the moves. Those who know me, I'm just a great dancer, I guess. It doesn't even take a few pints. I'm ready. I'm there.
You're just good to go.
I'm there. Yeah. That's just me. That's a bit of me. Like.
And you weren't properly off drinking there, but you were pretty locked in there for the likes of 4 months.
Yeah.
If you want to fill the people in, where were you before, and then what did you actually do? Because some people are in the position you were in. Obviously you reached out start of January, but like come December, the position you were in come December, a lot of people are in that position now. Like, where were you then?
To put it briefly, like I was sort of just living my life a wee bit too full. I would say, like, just obviously it is good to sort of have them down times where you're with your close friends and your family, and you have a drink or two. Like, that's no one's saying you can't do that, but I was sort of just taking the mick with it. Like, I was just sort of doing it every single weekend, and whenever you do something like that, you sort of abuse it, where it is every weekend, and that's the only sort of thing that goes on. It loses meaning. It loses its actual, the reason of going out is, because you haven't maybe seen someone for a while, or, you feel like you deserve it. But then I was just going out even though I didn't deserve it as much. I was getting by. I was doing well. Obviously, in school was doing well, played rugby and stuff, was doing well. I was doing things that were well, and, doing me well anyway, keeping me productive and keeping me active. But then, I don't know, just sort of, got sick of it all. Just, yeah, it was sort of coming towards whenever I was joining the program, where I was like, I've just been doing this same routine day in, day out, week in, week out, and I just thought there's surely more to this, because whenever it's that just being comfortable is a dangerous zone to be in. I don't know, I'm quite a person where, the gyms, I've always been active for the gym because it keeps my mind active and stuff, and I don't know, just that whole doing the same thing and just not getting anywhere really agitates my brain.
Yeah, and a lot of people say to live more and to enjoy your youth, and yeah, of course you should live life to the fullest and you should enjoy your youth, but whenever I think I'm under the belief that there's nothing wrong with drinking. We were drinking last night, of course, and we'll probably have a few later on.
Yeah,
but,
this is what I mean. But look at the week before we had this, or the week before that. I came straight out of Cavos, and I immediately went straight back into work full time, from Monday to Friday. Then went straight onto the gardening jobs. Had three the first weekend, and then a big one on the weekend after. And then I've came away this weekend, and now I've been able to enjoy it a wee bit more, because I know the last 2 weeks since I've been back from holiday, I've done exactly what I needed to do to get back into the routine of things, and where I'm sort of, going.
Yeah, and you enjoy it so much more, because you'll end up living that party lifestyle, work hard, play hard, and then you're working all week, you go out on the weekend, but it gets to a point where you actually don't even enjoy the drink, and that's where I think a lot of people then turn to drugs, because they're just looking, what, is that a bug?
You got an earwig on you?
Oh, get that off me, mate. Please flick it off.
No,
Brian, you're scared of nothing.
That's the comfort. That's the comfort that you get sick of. It's you just get comfortable, where it's that's the normal of going out every weekend. I'm sure you've heard Owen Hamill talk about it. It's just, it turns into the normal, and whenever something like that turns into the normal, it's really not good for you.
And that's why people turn to the bag, I think.
100%. I've got a wee bit on it, to be fair. Give it there. I personally believe living the same life every day, doing the same things every day, and it doesn't benefit you anyway, and you're expecting a different outcome, that is a form of insanity. My personal belief is everyone works. Everyone works. I easily do 70-hour weeks, 60-hour weeks, 50-hour weeks, but that's not what matters. That everyone does that. It's what you do outside of work is what really counts. It's the wee habits you build. It's the wee things of self-improvement that you build is what creates your character, because everyone does go and do their 9 to 5 and do work. Everyone does it, but sometimes you got to go out and graft towards something.
Oh, no.
We're good. No, we're keeping it going.
Yeah, we'll keep it going.
Yes. Oh, if the mic's still connected, we're keeping it going. Even the wind is hitting on us, guys.
We haven't been beat yet. We're back in action.
That's it. And here, a lot of us will get hate from doing it. You might get hate and people judging you. Why the fuck are you doing this podcast? But that's part of it all. But Brian, continue on.
No, more or less was just going on about everyone lives the same lifestyle with work. Everyone thinks, I work 40 hours a week, I don't need to do no more, I should jump on Netflix here or doom scroll or something like that there, but realistically that's not the way. If you do the same things every day that doesn't benefit you, it's a form of insanity, because you're expecting an outcome that you're not going to get. You're not trying new things, you're not learning, you're just doing the same thing in your own comfort zone. That's why you need to do things that matter outside of work. And more or less for me, that was working on something, mastering it in a way, and then evolving to something else. It was, for me, it all started in the gym. And then after the gym, I kind of got a hold of the gym, was lifting good weights and all, and then I started like reading books and learning more, and then I was doing the joinery, so it was, and it got to the point where the joinery was going well, so I was doing me side jobs in joinery, and just more and more, and like the more you go on, the more wee habits you find that you like I ended up not knowing that I would become someone that likes to go camping a lot and go climb up on mountains, and ending up in mad positions like this here. But you gotta live in the moment, and that's the best thing about life, is
And
just living in the moment and thinking long term about your goals.
and where were you then before like coming into this? Like, what position were you in then? Because some people might be in that same position. So like, whenever you first came to me, like, who were you? Who was Bryan Whelan back then?
I was 3 weeks out of a car crash, and I didn't go to the gym. I wasn't going to the gym. Like I've always went to the gym. I've always been fitness. I've always had a 6-pack, but coming out of that car crash, I started running because I wasn't able to go to the gym. So I just started running. It was more or less a mindset thing to show myself that I can do something that I don't want to do, because I hated running. I hated it. And then I instantly started doing 20Ks a week, and then I seen his face on Instagram. And then I just got intrigued. I got on the call with him and all, and here we are. But more or less coming in with your own, I've always had like a ripped physique. I've always been ripped, but I've always been skinny. I've always wanted to be heavier, so that's why I'm with Owen, because I know like I knew what I was at kind of with the gym, because I had like the BULLDOG helping me and all that there. But now I just need to bulk up, and that's the main mission, is bulk up and then shred down with a lot more meat on me. I think I'll be far better.
A lot of people online, they don't, because of the fact fat loss is more common. More people need to lose fat. More people are fat bastards. But like, a lot of people are actually skinnier, and they do need that help skinnier. Like, I'd say about 5% of my clients actually need to gain weight. But then also, like, anyone who does lose fat will eventually need to go into that muscle building phase, or they'll need to actually get themselves out of that fat loss phase, so they're not constantly in that fat loss mindset, because you don't want to lose fat the rest of your life. You want to get to the point where you actually can be then sustainable.
But the only thing I can put on is muscle, and like people will be like, well, that's a good thing, but realistically it's not, because like if you want to put on a bit of beef and then shred down, the only thing I can put on is pure muscle, and pure muscle is a lot harder to build than beef. So for me to get bigger, since I have a fast metabolism, I have to eat and
Hard
eat and
gainer,
eat.
like,
Very hard gainer.
4,500 calories. This
On the other side of the fence, Like we always,
got two sides.
we trained. Me and Bryan have been training together for probably, I'd say, near like 3 years in total now. Like, we weren't properly, locked in at the start, but the grass is always greener on the other side. Like, whenever you're cutting, you're like, fuck, I really wish I was, on the bulk. I wish I was like, I've been on the cut, and that's all I thought about. And especially being around this guy, like, all the time, eating 4,000. Like, I don't really know many people who eat 4,000 calories, like 4,500 calories. Like, if you can imagine, I was on 1,200 at one point. So seeing someone eat like my whole day in like one serving, in one sitting, kind of, you do just feel like, fuck's sakes, like I wish I was just in that position. But like, I like you don't really understand it from my perspective then, of me trying to lose fat. Like, it is, like, majority of people are trying to lose fat these days, but then,
Yeah, you need to have something after. Like, it was the same for me. I was skinny fat, and I had to lose the weight. I had to go on the low calories, and last summer I had to shred down, and I was fucking wishing I was bulking. Every shop I walked into, all the food just looked so good.
Yeah.
And now I like slowly gained out of that, and now I'm on 4,100, and it's like, food's decent, like, I'm enjoying food, but it's like, you're less just food focused. So like, that's where it's good. You do build you do something that's not sustainable. So obviously, like, eating meal plan, it's like not something you're going to do forever, but you do something that's not sustainable, so then down the line you can then build up to a point where you are sustainable, and you can be lean while eating a fuck ton of food. I think that's what most people want,
I know. Well, I know, just shortly on that though, I do feel like without like having the coach, it was sort of hard to say it like that, because I always was like a transformation type of guy, where I would have got really big all of a sudden, and then I would have been really shredded. Like, I remember I was telling you about whenever I was 16 doing like calisthenics, like the same way you done it, where you just like literally, like, till your nose bleeds, you're doing this workout day in, day out until you've got the result, and it works, but then you just fall back to square one. So then that's why I just feel like there is that benefit of a coach, where you get the help afterwards, It's like it's the lifetime support, not just, you know, the transformation support.
How many people, I'm speaking to the viewer back home by the way, or even you two guys, how many people do you know who's lost fat but like they're actually still fat because they put it back on, you know? Like actually, there's a stat, you know the Biggest Loser or something, that American TV show?
Yeah,
90% of the people on that who lost a fuck ton of weight, in the next year, they actually gained all the weight back. Some of them actually gained more. So it's like keeping it long term. So like for me, I was in that spiral where I would like get shredded and then just be like skinny fat. But now I got shredded, and I've actually kept shredded while slowly going in the bulk. And now it's like a lot of food. And then next time I cut, I won't actually have to. The cut's easier because you don't have to go as low. You have more muscle. Life's just a lot better.
Yeah, I think that comes from as well, like seeing life as a long term. You know, not everyone sees it like that. Everyone just sees like they want the short transformation for summer, or they're looking to just, you know, like eat like fuck for maybe like a month or two over Christmas, so then they can bulk or something. And like it doesn't really work like that. Like you need to have it as a lifetime, long term, and that's where you really need that strong why. Like you've discussed it plenty of times before, but like what is the actual reason of why you want this? If it's not strong enough, that's where you see people who just fall back in the old habits. If you have someone who has a strong enough why, they may fail, but they will get back on the horse again, compared to like the majority of people. Yeah.
That's it. That is it.
That's
They push
it.
you down fucking 7 times. You get back up 8, as I always say.
100%.
And what would you say was like the what was I about to ask? What would you say like is the thing that helped you most to get to where you are? Because a lot of lads see you go from like you weren't like fucking obese, you know what I mean? You were obviously like just extra body fat to shredded.
That's what I mean. It was quite hard to make that shift because I did feel like
There's no need to actually do it.
Yeah, like I like sometimes I feel like I'm in the same mind space sometimes as whenever I was that weight, as in like I felt like, because obviously now that I know, like, not to blow smoke up my own arse, but like I am like in decent shape. But then
yeah, you can say. I think you should definitely be able to confidently say that, because
right,
if
yeah,
you are, you know.
But you know what I mean. I put in the work and I'm in decent shape. But like I still feel like I don't know, my outlook is like the same as whenever I was bigger, because I was just so comfortable in that sort of like extra 20 kg. So that was really hard to get over, was the sort of like actually realizing that there is a need to change. I don't know that just took a while because.
And what made you realise you need to change? Because you wanted to do 75 hard, and I know a lot of people. What's so funny?
No, I've definitely said this before.
What?
My reason to change, my reason of losing weight.
On the podcast?
Yeah, no, not on the podcast, but on a video. I think I've said. But put a long story short, I was just fed up with things jiggling. I was just fed up with things jiggling, like, you know, like going on a run, or like I can very vividly remember going down on my mate's electric scooter. It was like Christmas, everyone got their new electric scooters. It was back whenever you're like 16, you're like, oh, let's have a go up the hill there. I went up and down this hill, and like I could just feel everything jiggling, my belly, my moves.
Scooter went down.
Yeah, literally scooter sagging there, fuck's sakes. Like I just was like, oh, this just like isn't good. I just remember just thinking that in my head, I was like, this isn't good. Feeling just heavy all the time. Like, and I was like still active. I was playing rugby, but I just remember my joints killing all the time. Like,
yeah. And you were going to go to 75 hard. Which
broke
my heart, because how many people do you know that does 75 hard and actually keeps the result over 6 months?
Yeah, this is the thing. I've seen it first person of people doing 75 hard and just going like, it's almost like, what was the point in the 75 days you just put in there? Because like they almost like, it's the same thing. It's like a transformation because it's short term. Yeah. The goal is, it's a short term goal. So like, you think in your head 75 days is long, but in reality, compared to your life, 75 days is so short.
Nothing.
So doing that is almost like a little micro transformation that like you end up just, you know, it's the same mold that a lot of people do, where they just like get super shred and just comes back to normal.
Yeah, like it's of course it's good for you if you're doing. I'd rather do 75 hard than nothing. And Acid, but
no, fair, yeah.
But like it's when people
don't sort of
that's
continue
solve all the problems.
Yeah. It's by implementing the right action just like after you've put in the hard work.
Exactly.
And that's where you just need a little bit of organisation and structure.
Yeah.
Organisation and structure right here.
Lads, you don't need to sell dialed in the podcast, but this is giving people. I know.
This is honest.
Yeah, just be honest, you know. But you don't have to. This isn't like a testimony. My gun's not to your head. We have no cameraman.
No testimonial, but do you know what it is? If you're a person out there and you want to do that bit better, as they always say, it's based off to meet up with likewise people. The best thing to do is to meet up with randomers that have the same inspiration, goals and mindset as you, because then you can all bounce off each other, get ideas, and that's just the best way to do it. Like I just think the best thing about Dialed In, when I first joined Dialed In, it was bad. Like I joined a call and all, and I got in my own, and he sent me all this stuff, and I was like, what the fuck? Why do I have to fucking make my own meals? Why do I have to fucking, like, do all this stuff? Because, like, I was just thinking like a lazy cunt, but I wasn't a lazy cunt. I was doing stuff. But I just thought that bringing on in my life would make things a lot easier. It doesn't. It makes your life, I would say, a lot harder. But if you don't have a hard life now, you're gonna have a hard life later on, and later on you're not as young, you're not as active. You
don't have as much time.
Exactly, you don't have as much time because
Freedom.
definitely not. I personally believe hard life now, easy life later. Everyone talks about, oh, when I retire, I want to do this and do that. But retirement age is what, like 60 odd now? Where do you see when we're
going up to 70?
where do you see when we're older? This is why you graft like fuck. Graft like fuck, and you can retire at age 30, age 40, and you can live your life with your family. You know, after you've grafted like fuck in your 20s, and you know, there's no point in wasting now the, I don't know, have a different thought in your head for later on. Like, I'm going to do this later. Well, the perfect time is to do it now. Like, that's what I personally believe. And for me, the best thing to live that type of life is routine and organising daily stuff. Like, I'm just getting on my own about organising stuff because, like, everything's about to change here for me. I'm only after finishing my diploma in joinery, and I'm looking to start my own thing up. And I think the only way I'll be able to do that there is organise and routine and sticking to the basics every day. Also, while trying new things, they evolve. Because if I sit here and stay in the work I'm in and just expect a different outcome of it, I'm gonna get nowhere. I gotta evolve. I gotta go meet like-minded people and just go out and show everyone who I am and just make the best of it while I can.
See, on that though as well, like, so many people think that this, like, obviously, right, you, to become a better version of you, or like the person that you want to become in the end, like just your dream avatar, let's say, for example, like who you think is what you want to be in the future, right? It's going to be so hard to get there by yourself, honestly. Like, people don't realize it, but like, see, whenever you, that's why the community's so good in like the likes of like Dialed In, but then also with like the likes of just like events like that where it's like hiked in, where you go to see not just, you know, the Dialed In group, but it's like everyone, and like bouncing off people. Like, I know like half the things would have been a lot more harder if I didn't have, like, with the likes of Bryan or the likes of other close friends around me, and with the likes of you, just because, like, I don't know, it's, people do think that it's just like a solo game, but you can get so much more achieved in teams. And, like, you know, obviously it's about selecting the right people to surround yourself with, but if you do find the right people to surround yourself, it's like unlimited motivation almost. Although you don't really want to wait around for motivation, but it does help, you know, get the cogs churning. Definitely. Like,
See, also on that there, this
I feel
is
like you're not even talking to them.
this is this is what happened with me. I was doing the same things, going out with the lads every day, straight after work, going to the park, just doing stupid shit, playing football and all. And I was just thinking to myself, like, this isn't me. Like, I want to go out and do better, because I was always that one mate that always talked about business, talked about doing that bit better, but I wasn't implementing it. Yes, I was reading a few books down again, but I wasn't going out and bettering myself. I was just going out and doing the same shit every day. So it kind of got to the point where, yes, Nathan's on about do shit with the people that want to do that stuff with you, but at that point, none of my mates wanted to go to the gym. None of my mates wanted to go and do better for themselves. They wanted to stay out and have fun with the lads, where I was like fuck this. I just went out, went to the gym by myself 4 days a week. I may as well, because the best times to graft are when the times that no one are watching, because that's what builds your character. Like, go off and do things by yourself, and eventually doing this will turn out. You will find people that want to do it with you eventually, and that's how Nathan came into play. My mate Stephen came into play. Jordan came into play. Like, Luke came into play. Everyone came into play. They just wanted to come and fucking go to the gym and all with me, but it all started off me going by myself. I started a routine by myself. I started doing all this stuff by myself and built something out of it, and people seen me do better, and it inspired them to come with me, and they wanted to come and train with me and all, and it was good crack. In the end of the day, it's what it's about. But you always want to go off and do things by yourself. Like, if no one else wants to do it with you, build up the like, don't even think about it. Don't even, I shouldn't do it because of this, shouldn't do it because of that. Don't even count in your head 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get ready and go. Don't even think about it. There's no point.
Yeah, that's where you need a strong why to
Yeah.
do that all. Like, that's why you can't wait about for motivation. Like, although it is great, but you need to have a strong why and a reason to get up and do what you actually know you need to do.
Yeah, like, see if one of you came to me and said, oh, I can't be bothered to go to the gym. Like, there's certain things I can't do to, like, try to motivate you. I could call you a pussy. I could say, I could remind you of your goal. I could say,
Me.
yeah, I could say, all right, you wanted to do this. You told me you wanted to do that. You told me, like, you want to support your family down the line. And everything's to do with standards, like what you do now. I'm a big believer that, like, all right, you don't need to be perfect, and that's why a lot of people don't start, because they wait to be perfect. But if you can just accept that, all right, not everything's going to be perfect, but you just need to do it anyway. But I could say to you, all right, lads, like, I could call you names and all, but, like, if you still don't do it, there's nothing I can do, because you have no why. So you need that why, and you need to actually. A lot of people have a why, but they just don't actually sit down and take the time to journal it. They don't take the time to actually think. They're sitting scrolling all day. They're seeing so many different people's lives. They're on social media. They see Joe Blogs down the road. Oh, he's doing this. I might want to do that. They're seeing this other person down the road. They're doing that. I might want to do this. Oh, they're starting this business. They're doing high rocks. Oh, they're doing CrossFit. They're doing bodybuilding. Like, and there's so many different options that they don't move forward with anything.
Yeah.
So it's like really looking into you. Who are you? What do you want to do? What are you good at? Like, Bryan, what are you good at? You find that out. Nathan, what are you good at? You find that out. And, like, are you perfect? No, but it's like just every day you're learning more.
Yeah.
So, like, you just haven't got physical results like you with bulking and you with cotton. Like, obviously you're doing stuff on the outside, and that's because one thing you do leads to the other thing. If you're able to hit the gym and be consistent with that, well, chances are you're going to be able to be consistent with reading. And if you're consistent with reading and learning, and you're consistent with, like, implementing shit that you're told, you're going to be consistent with, like, moving forward. Like, both of you now have social media pages for your own businesses, and you're pushing forward with that. So we'll get you both, but since Bulldog has the mic first, what is it that you're doing at the moment outside of fitness and health? Because it's easy to talk about fitness, health all day, but some people like to hear the good stuff.
What do you mean? So just, like, what I try and do extra?
Yeah, like, what do you do outside of health and fitness? Because, like, going to the gym is well and good, but a lot of people go to the gym and...
Yeah. Honestly, like, I mean, I have just sort of... My mindset for life in general now is everything's just learning. Like, I really am just trying to be as humble and as, like, having a lot of humility. Like, knowing that I'm not the greatest at my, like, field. Although, like, don't get me wrong, like, not the two
Go for
just
it. Go.
smoke up my own hole, like, but
Take
at the
your
same
own, go
time,
for it.
like, I put in the hard work getting my degree, like, as in I'm on track for it first. The cut went successful, you know, and then you know,
pulled.
one pulled, they're all out there, carry on, but that's whenever I was like, need to do a bit more, and then that's whenever I was sort of just like, I need to learn more, just winning and losing. Like, it's either in real life where, you know, just say for example something in work doesn't go completely right, or your way, you're just stuck on it completely, but, like, I'm learning regardless of how to be just persistent and consistent at, you know, working on something.
And sometimes that can be hard because not everyone's like that, so you get a bit of pushback.
Yeah.
I know that you've obviously faced a bit of pushback before.
Yeah. What do you mean pushback from?
So, like, from dieting, from, like, always asking questions, from doing different things like that. Like, I got that myself when I was in the apprenticeship. And like going for more, like
I do have. I obviously have the people who just look at you like you have three heads. But then that's whenever you sort of have to sort of turn around and be like, right, look at the person that is judging you right now, right? What situation are they in? Like, if, you know, say for example, level 100 mafia boss walks in here, he's got all the birds, all the money in the world, right? And he starts judging me. I might actually, you know, take into consideration some of the things he's saying, because, like, say for example, I wanted to be in his position.
Yeah.
I would, you know, take heed of what he had to say. It's like, you know, you only listen to people who are, you respect, and, you know, they're sort of in a good position. But, you know, Jimmy, who's one of, like, the first year apprentices in my work and stuff, and doesn't really know what he's doing with his life, sort of just sits there, wastes his weekends gaming and stuff, like, and he turns around to me and he goes, "Why the fuck are you dieting and doing all this, Carol?" And I'd just be like, I'm enjoying what I do, like, I'm living my life, I'm happy. And, like, how is that an issue to you? Like, if you're, like, I'm not going to force my agenda on you about the ways I diet and the ways I go to the gym and some of the things I do outside of that. I'm not going to start pushing that on the people, because I've learned that it's not what everyone wants. I can, like, me and Bryan have said, it's like, you can easily identify whenever you're talking to someone about, like, self-improvement and whether they actually care or not. Because, like, a lot of the time, you know, you feel like you talk about it just because you're excited, you've got that momentum about, like, speaking about it, but then you look at them, they're just sort of, like, nodding, like, they don't really...
They agree, but
they don't,
like...
you know, they're just listening, like, you know, passively. And then you have to realize that, like, not everyone is in the same mindset and boat as you. So that goes for if they're passing judgment, or even if you're trying to explain yourself to them. Like, just look at them as a person. Like, if they aren't where you want to be, why are you caring about what they have to say about you?
Yeah.
Like, their opinion towards you, or what you have to say, you know. So.
And what made you? Because you've also, like, obviously you work a full-time job. You're doing your course too. What made you also then go for doing your
landscaping?
Your landscaping, the business.
Like I said again, it is just about learning. Like, if Bulldog's landscaping car went down tomorrow, or turned into a multi-million business, right?
Oh, it will.
Right?
I know it will, mate.
It's all just a learning lesson. Like, I am just learning more and more. I'm learning about business. I'm learning about sales. I'm learning about how to manage, like, a job myself. Like, I'm learning how to be my own boss. Like, even though it's at such a small level right now, I am learning valuable life lessons, even about people, and, like, how to deal with other people. Like, you learn so much about just anything that you do. So that's why it's, like, important to sort of, you know, whenever you're trying to spark inspiration with someone, you're like, why don't you just go for it? You know what I mean? It's them short moments of success that make that, like, close progression. It may not exactly lead you to where you think you wanted to go, but it will lead you into the direction that, you know, you need to go.
Yeah, mate. Like, it's all activity and it's all learning. Like, no
exactly,
matter what
it is learning. I see everything. I mean, absolutely everything. Like, even with the likes of, like, it's not always something really important and vital, like, part of my life, but it's even, like, the likes of, like, the time where I, like, before we were leaving, I, like, killed Bryan's car because I left my phone on charge. Like, you know what I mean? Stupid stuff like that, where it's like, you know, you're just learning.
He was told not to do it, by the way.
And it was my fault because I was just being oblivious. I was sort of like, I was like, I said to him, I was like, you know, I'm going to turn it off, blah, blah, blah. And then I just was being oblivious to it. And even then, I just learned a lesson about just, you know, like, you know, you don't need to be on your phone all day. Like, I could have easily just left my phone just sitting there and it would have been perfectly fine and charged. But, you know, I apparently needed my phone, so learning a lesson, just like a stupid one there. But at the same time, it's literally just like, we've said it before, like, gamifying your life, like collecting as many points as you can to get as much experience, and just with that experience, you know, Life Max.
This is personal development final boss, like, podcast.
This is.
We're fucking in Los Santos, you know. We're living up the best life, trying to make our millions and trying to get that health bar up, as well as the business bar up, and the fitness bar. You just get all the bars to max. Life Max the fuck out of it.
But on that as well, I always like to just keep myself in that mindset of, like, I am not also perfect. That's
humble,
where
yeah.
that's what I was said from the get go. Is the humility to know that you don't know everything. It's okay to not know everything, and it's
Yeah.
okay to learn from others.
And not many lads your age would go into a program because they would just tell themselves, why would I do that?
Yeah.
But then they'd actually spend
I've-
an extra year and a half trying to get into shape because they didn't reach out for the help or surround themselves with the right people. But like
Yeah.
I do rate it because a lot of people your age would not go for, oh, I'm gonna get another man to help me with self improvement. Like, you know what I mean?
I know, well, because that was the that's what I was saying. I was going down that path for so long where I was like, I thought I knew how to get it all done, and this is what I mean. I wasn't humble and didn't have that humility built in me. I was like, before I joined the program, before I thought it was a good idea, I was like, I know what I'm doing. I've been going to the gym. I played rugby for like 6 years, and like 6-ish years, and I was like, I know what I'm doing at the gym. I know what I'm doing. I'm an athlete. I'm fit and healthy. All that there. Carry on. I just was lying to myself, It's you do like it does takes one to actually stand up and be like, I need help.
It's
Yeah,
easier
right,
to lie to yourself than lie to others. That's why
Definitely.
we've had one again in our books.
So I can come after you.
I know. Can't lie to him again, dog.
Cannot lie to me. I
Never lie.
James,
Honesty,
doesn't matter where you are, I tell you.
honesty is always the best policy.
It is.
People who lie, just no.
Yeah.
Don't
like,
lie.
Makes no sense. Why lie? Like why?
What is the point?
Think about it this way: why would you pay money to join a program and then just lie to the person? Like,
Oh, yeah,
so
I
that's
know.
why you'll find people get results in like 3-4 months that they've been trying to get for years because they're obviously not gonna lie because it's like invested
That
in
was
themselves.
that was me though. Like I'd been trying to get that result for so long again after I was like 16. I was going through like up and down of like getting my body in the shape, and then I was just like, you know what, like enough's enough. And he put my money where my mouth is, and that's exactly what happened. I ended up with heavens are starting to open up here, by.
Holy fuck! I'm just moving the phone. We're not gonna stop the podcast. I'm just moving it in a bit. The rain is fucking popping, lads.
Yeah, it's not the best.
We're around there. Just Brian. If you you can see you fine. Continue on.
What was I saying?
You're saying the result you were trying to get for ages?
Yeah.
Was it?
You just have to like suck it up and be like, yeah, I need help here. Put your hand up and just be like, I need help here. I need someone's guidance. That's what I done. And then I put my money where my mouth was, and I sort of was like, I know I need to actually stick to the result and not lie. And that was the best decision I made.
I can't say anything. I don't want to ramp up the own service, like,
No, absolutely not. Like
But
the
yeah,
proof is in the pudding. That's all I'll ever say. It's the proof is in the pudding.
proud of you, brother. Proud of you both.
Proud of you.
Thank you, Brian.
Literally. Proud of you,
Big
bro.
time. I was out last night there with Owen and Nathan, and I was just sitting at the side just watching Owen speak. He's a very good speaker, I have to and just the way he was speaking about things, it was like just like looking at it was just inspiring me. Like I'm just, I would say, a few months older than you, aren't we?
Yeah, a couple months.
Yeah,
older
a couple
than
months older, and like someone like younger than me, the thought of them is like doing so well, and going out there, building up the confidence, jumping up in the social media, and the fact that they're so close to home. Usually, we only get people from social media like from further away, like the likes of England or America. Like that's where we're used to, and that like if you're in Belfast, that's not close to home. That feels like you can't live up to that expectation. Where now we've got a superstar in Belfast. He's nearly around the corner, and he's doing what we want. We want people in our position to be doing.
Try to kill you off.
Is it okay if I throw this in the
Yeah,
grass?
work away.
Or the
I just
fucking
wanted out
sound?
of the rain.
Oh yeah, no.
But that's what I mean by proof is in the pudding.
Proof is in the pudding.
And
No.
like you need to follow the pudding. You need to follow the pudding because like Owen just was that inspiration to me that like there is a better life out there and it is achievable. And this is again saying that like we're all not where we exactly want to be.
Of course, yeah. Like you
Like-
see it myself. I'm fucking still.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking sitting in a fucking throne like.
No.
We're all going. For
You may
more.
have the sword, but you don't have the throne.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I haven't reached that level yet in the video game.
But that's it there. It's if the proof's there, that's where you sort of have to listen and learn from. If someone is in the position that you want to be in, where they're, you know, financially free, or whether, you know, they have the body that you want, or they have the relationship that you want. Like, listen to that, like, advice. It's key.
Can I put something in? Let me tell you something, guys. Don't live your life based off what other people have. Don't think, oh, this guy's got this, I want that. Don't think that way. You just inspire yourself, journal down, find out what you really want, not because other people have it. Other people may have it, but there's dark sides to things that you don't see. Like, just say, right, Owen McGinn, he's got a business now on his hands, but you didn't see the hours and hours and hours of hard work that man put in the quiet, not on a video. You didn't see that, so you don't know if you want that life, because he's probably put in more hours than a fucking 40-hour working week, no sweat, no doubt about it. But then at the same time, like, you have to go off and journal yourself. The best form of meditation is journaling. The only way for you to truly figure out who you want to be, what you want to do, and where you want to go is to journal. Write down, and it doesn't matter how long it takes, just write down, consistently write down what you're grateful for, write down what you want to achieve, write down your weekly goals, your daily goals, your long-term goals, just write it all down, because it all evolves, everything always changes. But yes, the long-term goals will stay, the short-term goals will evolve, because you've mastered some of them, you've got some of them out of the way, now you're working towards the next long-term goal. Like for me, one of my long-term goals was to gain from 64 to 70 kg. I got that, but now I want to work up to 76, 78. That's the next. The other long-term goal of mine was to get my level 3 MVQ in joinery. I aced it, got that, no sweat. Another long-term goal of mine was more or less to think long-term, because sometimes I'll wake up the odd Monday and I'll be feeling down, but that's because I'm sitting there like fantasizing over other people's lives. Like, other people have been in my position, so I have to be in their position to get the life I want. And as they say, the grass is always greener on the other side. Yes, but you gotta look at the concept. Everyone's been through the struggle. Everyone's been through the struggle, the hard times, the times off the camera, the times where they're alone, but they still made it through because they wanted it that bad. They wanted it that bad, and it's always about the why. And the why for me is the graft and give. You know, like my mum, she's a hard worker, and I don't really want her working no more. So I got my work ethic off her, and it's not going to stop from here. But Owen McGinn, like my life was, I've always been a grafter. I've been working since age 14, just doing stupid things, just working, making money. I've always been like on the side reading books, doing stuff in the financial market. I've been working flat out. Because I can't sit around and do fuck all. But I knew I would still work and graft and do these things without Owen. But it's always good to have that community and have someone there to keep you on top of things, and someone there that's been through what you want to go through and to show you what they learnt and what's bad about it and what can help you to get to where you really want to be. Like right now, I'm kind of in a moment where I'm trying to implement tasks. Like, I've got a wee checklist on my Apple Notes, and it's helping a lot, because I'm the type of person that I've got that much stuff in my mind. Not like worries or anything, but just that many tasks and that many things that I want to do. I need to implement it and get more shit done in less time, more or less. That was the class 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
We ran a mindset class on the program with TMV.
It was brilliant.
Get more shit
No,
done.
I need to go back on it and journal more of it, because it was really good, and that's what I want to try to do, because he does it best. I've seen his schedules and the way he implements time and uses it properly. It's like, it's how you get shit done. You got to use your time wisely, because you can easily go in, forget about, oh, I have to walk a dog. You can forget about like going to the gym. You can forget about making your dinner. But if you have on your checklist, right, I need to do this, I need to do that, then you know what you need to do. It doesn't slip the mind. Like the wee small tasks. Like, I'm bad. I used to be very bad for missing my check-ins, and then it got to the point there where I was brilliant with it, and then I missed it last week, but it's because it was over my head. Like, there's been that much stuff going on. I've just been grafting flat out. I've been in the dark doing things that most people wouldn't want to do. Like, I'm working to get an outcome later on in life. I don't care about the outcome now, because I know if I think of it long term, it'll set me up in a life where it's what I want to live. It's that avatar, so I'm just trying to live that lifestyle now, and living that lifestyle now means to work in the dark, work when no one's watching, do the things that I want to do to see where I want to go.
Fucking
Key
love it.
takeaway, your want and need is the most important part of it all.
Yeah, the want, need, why are you doing it? You're obviously doing it for your mum, you're doing it for your family. It's like, yeah, and like it's so great and so fun, and it releases so much dopamine talking about your goals. But like, I know that you are actually doing the work every day, because doing the work every day is not fun, but it's fun whenever you.
I said, like I wouldn't. Like, obviously, not everything about of it's gonna be fun. Like, I don't really love having to cook like twice as much as I used to 6 months ago, with like prepping things, making sure I don't really thrive on doing my own shopping and all. But what I do love is like the organisation. I love being just organised, knowing exactly what I need to eat. I love being mindful of like my what I'm what I'm spending my time on every day, and like all that there carry on. That is just like, it's what I want. So it makes trying to make that progress that bit easier. Is actually just the heavens have opened. Really have opened here.
My fucking mic
Oh
holder
God.
is absolutely soaked. Oh my word.
We
We're
are
good though, we're in a
in
cave.
survival 101, to be honest. We are cavemen.
Yeah, we're like,
We'll show the podcast what we're dealing with here.
we're literally dealing with torrential rain. It doesn't even.
Does that look familiar to anyone? Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones is filmed here. But yeah, lads, before we shoot, it's easy for a lot of lads will I'll
Maybe
just take this up.
should we not do like one fun topic about what we were talking about earlier?
What was a fun topic?
Oh,
The Colosseum.
The Colosseum.
The Colosseum.
Right, who wants to
Is
explain
anyone
it? Who wants to
familiar with The
explain it?
Gladiator? Is anyone familiar with the movie The Gladiator? Because
Not me.
have you not watched it?
No, I haven't. Fortunately not.
That was one of my biggest downfalls. I was a very big movie man. A very big movie man. I loved all my movies. I would watch movies on a daily basis, and Gladiator was one of the ones that really showed me and what it all is. And it's the Roman Empire playing the games, distracting you from the bigger picture. And that's why we need to get away from social media, get away from all these wee stupid things, and we gotta not join into the Roman Empire, but we gotta take it over. We gotta take it over. We're ready for war.
This is like dialed in elite boardroom stuff. This can't be
is.
going to the general public.
I know. This is gonna have to be like a
This is what
private podcast.
We gotta take over.
this is elite member only topic.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over.
Oh god. But yeah, lads, there's one thing, and this is actually on what you were talking about. A lot of lads actually, and a lot of girls that are watching this, they actually know what to do. They know that they need it. There's probably sound in my hair. Maybe there is. They know that they need to hit the gym. They know that
That's
they
it.
need to maybe meditate or journal and do more shit. But most people's biggest problem isn't actually doing too little, it's doing too much. So like, they'll have everything, but they're like, all their eggs are like scattered, and they're scattered as a result.
Yeah.
And like, they're not focused, so they're not actually able to move anything forward. Like, for example, for me, with Dialed In, with the business, the only reason it moved forward so fast in a year was because, and the only reason you guys are probably here too, is because I really just dialed in on it.
Lock
and
the fuck in.
Yeah, locked in, and I had to say no to like socialising, had to say no to nights out, had to say no to stuff. So what's something
Yeah.
that people should say no to? Not just add in, but take away from their life.
Take away the emotion. Take away the emotion from the action, because what you were saying right there is that like there is so much things to do. There's so many things. Like, if I wanted to write out a list of tasks of everything I need to do in order to become who I want to be, it would be never ending, because this is why you have to think long term. It's like it's not all going to happen immediately. Like, you really need to realize it's going to happen. If you have the faith, it will happen, and if you know that you're going to do the action, it will happen. So just remove the emotion out of it, because then it means you're just going to be so much less carefree, or so much more carefree and stress-free from actually doing things. And that is how you actually lock in, is like just knowing that there's things to do and just getting them done.
Yeah.
Like, it's always about, sticking to the plan, not the mood.
Yeah. For me, it's a rule. It's a rule called I don't know, most people live their life based off like what they want to do, not what they need to do. And for me, I live my life based off 80% what I need to do, priorities, and 20% what I want to do. And this here is that 20% of what I want to do. Because I'm on a camping trip with the lads, and this is what I want to do. But that was because of the 80% of what I needed to do. And that 80% of what I needed to do was them long hours of working, that long hours of grafting.
Couple of weeks even.
Yeah. It just
Coming
flat.
back from holiday, like, especially.
This here past 2 months has been eventful, but that's because the first, say, 5 to whatever months of the year, I was non-stop grafting. I drank on Boxing Day just with the lads because obviously you go out with the lads. I didn't drink after that until my birthday. My birthday was 4 months later. I didn't properly drink until that there, and I only drank because it was my birthday, bring people out. I ended up getting a bottle of Captain Morgan's for my birthday, and I'm only opening it now. You know, and that there is a want. Like, that's what you want to do. You want to go out and have drinks and all, but that's not what you need to do. What you need to do is build that lifestyle, build the lifestyle, get out of the comfort zone, build a structured life now. So then that means later on in life, it's basically like a passive income. Because you've built such a good life now, you have a passive life that you've put a good structure in. You've created something. You've created your own version of an empire, and you can't let no one drag it down. You can't let no one, because you based your life off the 80-20 rule. Wants and needs.
I like that, thinking of your own life. Some people are going to come for us and call us narcissists, but thinking of your own life as your own empire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's actually a great way to put it. You know? Oh, is it on me now?
Yeah, well,
Am I
you know,
finishing
you
it
like
off?
to close it off, do you not?
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah. Do you want to face this way with the nice background?
Is it
Are you
nicer
happy
wrap?
being a caveman?
Oh, face here. But all right, let me do the hair and all. The camera's getting on me. But think.
What was your one takeaway?
Yeah, I'll give you a second.
Oh,
But
sorry.
just off that, like I would definitely say, like, think of your life as your own empire.
Yeah.
Like, you need to have structure in it.
Yeah.
You need to have, like, maybe even different people helping you out.
There's
to,
be
like,
thought behind
build it.
everything you do.
Yeah, I like it. Think about the past, present, future.
Exactly.
Always.
Live in the moment, but think about the good future that's ahead. Live in the moment, think long term, and nothing can go wrong.
Remember the why.
Remember the why.
Remember
and then
the why.
The thing I would say to cut out is, we all know what it is. We all know what it is, guys.
Distractions. It's different.
There's
It
so
can
many
be
dis-
different.
there's
It
so
can
many-
be different for everyone, you know.
What do you mean?
Like, it's not always social media. Like, it is, the distraction isn't always social media.
What do you think's a big distraction? Woman?
Like, everyone has their own kryptonite.
What was yours?
My distraction is eating food and just being a fat bastard, like a fat lazy bastard. That is my distraction. And there's nothing I love to do more than just stuff my face and just sit in front of like a movie. But
Yeah.
then I can't do that all the time.
True.
So like that was the distraction I needed to remove.
And
in
it wasn't
order
social media for you?
like yeah,
I always
that
say
is, like,
scrolling's a
your
big thing.
That's your want. That's, you know, like you wanted to eat that food
Yeah.
and watch that movie, but that's not what you needed to
It's
do.
not what
What
I
did you
need.
need to do?
I needed to
You
log
know?
in.
You needed to
dial.
get that there
Okay.
fucking dial the fuck in,
Needed
bang.
Dial
to. I
in.
needed to.
Gotta dial in. I always say biggest distraction I see for most people, to generalize it, is scrolling. Like, scrolling's a massive thing, and it like wastes so much time. But then there are different distractions. Like, for some people it's woman, for some people it's going out in the weekend,
It's
and for some people
dopamine.
whatever.
Humans are addicted to dopamine, and that's what we're always chasing. And there is such short-term gratification that gives you that instant hit of dopamine. But then it's about building that, you know, the long-term dopamine hits that they're the ones that really, like, you know, that like strength, that length there of me like sweating out my degree for like the last year to get that like first. Like that to me was like an ultimate euphoric feeling whenever I was on holiday. Like, Bryan, you even witnessed it yourself. Like, that was a euphoric moment there whenever I was like, this is it. This is what it's about. I put in the work, and
Fucking
now
did
I'm here like with my like closest friends. That was what it was all about.
Yeah.
So that's the long-term dopamine that I remember now what it's like, and now I'm trying to like that's the what I'm trying to replicate instead of trying to replicate, you know, just doom scrolling or, you know, something small.
Fast acting shit.
Fast acting, yeah.
But
I'm
that's
not
a
about
form
that.
of building the life that you wanted.
Yeah.
You know, because you built the structure to get up that position, to pay that money, to go off and do that work.
Just getting passed right. never ended.
Past the parcel.
The listener's probably like, oh, guys.
I think I thought you were ending, for fuck's sake.
Right, one more piece of value each.
I think Owen should start it off. Owen's the main man.
You start it off.
We started off our one.
Or stop it, you mean?
No, you start off the one
Oh,
more.
no, I had something to say at the end. I'm going to leave it to the end.
Right. Hey, so the spotlight's
Well,
on you.
it's just Bryan then, because you did your...
Yeah.
I don't know, fucking play hard, work hard, you know what I mean? You gotta graft your ass off, and for me, like, most people think the term of grafting is, oh, I gotta do this to make money. No, it isn't. You gotta do this to better yourself. Like, money's just what we'll say, it's the instant gratification that most people aspire to have, where the instant gratification comes and goes. The long-term stuff stays. The long-term stuff, 100%. The lifestyle that you want, the avatar that you picture in your head, that's the long-term stuff. It's the instant gratification is what kind of ruins it for us. Because, like, if you get too occupied on making money, if you get too occupied and doing stupid things, then it's going to distract you from the real things and the long-term goals and what you want your life to be. Like, if I was fixated on money that much, I wouldn't care about going to the gym. I wouldn't care about doing the other things. I would be fucking out here doing 80-hour weeks. I'd probably be in Australia in the 5-0 or something like that there. Do you know what I mean? But like, I value my life that much that I think the best way to work is work in things that you find a passion in, not the things that pay you the best. Yeah. Because the best things are experience and learning. That's the best thing to get paid by, experience and learning.
That's life.
Yeah.
Love it.
What's
Good
yours?
job, Bryan.
What
Bulldog.
What is my one? What is it again? It's like...
Well, we were kind of doing one thing to cut out, but now we're doing, I don't even know. It's the last bit of value to give before you shoot off. Before we
I
go
got
off
one
in the
question for y'all.
Go.
Are you happy? Like, are you happy doing it?
Fuck
If
yes.
you're
Oh, I think you're asking me and
no,
Bryan.
but right, honestly
I was
though,
nodding.
yes,
I'm
yeah,
happy.
you're nodding, right, because you're happy with what you've chosen, your decision that you made, right? Everyone's version of happiness is so completely different. We were talking about it as well, like comparing your life. Comparison is the thief of joy for a reason. Like comparing your life to like others that are in that like superstar status. You know, the Andrew Tates with all their Bugattis every week. You know what I mean? Like they're happy and all that. They're carrying on, but is that what's going to make you happy? Because if it isn't, then don't chase it. If getting a six pack's going to make you happy, do it. But if it doesn't, don't. There's going to be other things that make you happy. And that's where the journaling, like we were talking about earlier,
Find it out.
you need to figure it out. And so what if it takes a year? So what if it takes 2 years? You have your whole life. Like, you literally have your whole life. Don't stress about it. That's where I'm talking about. Take the emotion out of it. Do not worry about it. It will work out. You just need to find out what it is that you want to work out first. And then you can, that's where then you can get the action steps. The action steps are so easy to carry out. Like, to get ripped, all you have to do is
Simple.
go to the gym. That's like simple. You can start, and then tracking your calories. It's also something simple that you can learn. And then once you get that, that's just like, there you go. Like that, do that for like a month or two, and there you are. You're at where you need to be. But is that what's gonna make you happy? If it isn't, then don't do it. If it is, fucking work away. If that's what makes you happy, I couldn't care less if you think that my life's miserable, because if you like, it's not what you want. It's what I want to.
We don't care what make people are happy. We
Yeah.
care that they're happy. Like I don't care if you're
Let's put it over
happy
here
sitting
so
there
it doesn't
slacking
have to back up
away.
the
You know. No, but yourself. We've got them type of mates that are happy slacking.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I'm not gonna force my agenda on you
Exactly.
at all, because what I find that makes me happy is completely different to what you
Slacker
find.
or not, if you're dead on, you're dead on.
If you're happy, you're happy. Everyone has different wants and needs. That's the key takeaway.
I love it. Oh,
Double mic'd up here.
Well, I double mic to finish it.
Double mic it.
Double mic it. Both hands.
Well, I double mic it.
Double mic it.
All right, to finish it off.
He's going so loud.
To finish it off, I just wanted to say, folks, stop caring about looking stupid. Like, these lads probably maybe a year ago they might have thought coming on a random podcast might have made them look stupid, or they might have been maybe as we're thinking today, oh, I hope it don't look
chance.
Yeah, I hope it don't look stupid
I know
on
it
this.
was, it was funny how like literally like at the start of the program I would be like, no way.
Last year, I think it was Owen started the podcast last year. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you on one day," and I was like, "No chance, am I getting money in?" Look at me now.
Once
It's our claim to fame here. Like this is our claim to fame.
once McGinn shows up, he keeps coming back like this. So
Can't get rid of him. Trust
Exactly.
me, you can't.
Exactly, man.
You can't.
No.
Exactly.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. But that's it. Guys, stop worrying about looking stupid because you don't look stupid. And
No
stop
one cares.
worrying about what fucking Catherine down the road thinks or
No one cares.
Joe Blogs thinks, because, you know, like, you could start your podcast, literally, like, my podcast, what is it? It's literally just my phone. Like, it's like not a... People are waiting for the perfect, like, setup. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for the perfect shit and just do it. And I'm going to end it there because I think this has actually been a great podcast and we actually I don't even need to give anything else. You two have
There's no
already...
better perfect time than right fucking now.
Best time to plant the tree was yesterday.
Yeah.
Second best times of the day.
Yes, sir.
right, lads. Now, we have a closing tradition on this podcast. You have to say something.
Can we guess what that is?
Well, what's the time? What's it time to do?
It's time to
It's time to.
dial.
Right, folks, it's time to dial in. If you're on Spotify, rate and review. Be completely honest. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you want to reach out to Nathan, he'll be on my page. If you want to reach out to Bryan, he'll be on my page.
I like criticism.
Give him.
We love criticism.
Give
We
him
love
some.
it. That's how I learn. That's how I learn.
Modern day Belfast philosophers.
Say what you want.
That's it.
We want to hear it.
They want to hear the feedback, even if it's hate.
Just slabber at me. I'm asking for it.
I know, honestly, the DMs are just open for everyone to slobber.
Exactly.
That's it.
I'll turn my account off private. Just start slabbering.
There we go.
Go for it. And yeah, folks, take fucking action and just take action. Like the fucking podcast and let us know how you find it. Let me know on Instagram too. If you want Nathan or Bryan's Instagram, go for it. Bryan's single. Nathan is maybe not
Find the
single.
love of my life.
Find the love of his life. So, folks, thank you very much and have an absolutely amazing day. Thank you. Cheers. Go on, son. Dialed in.